review it. You know, we'll put it all over Facebook.
Sounds good, Kellen.
Cool.
Sounds great.
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Kellen Moore. I'm a junior political science major from American Canyon, California, and I will be moderating tonight's discussion entitled True Life, I Am a Student Leader. If we could go down the line and you guys could introduce yourselves and tell us what you do on campus. Begin with the basic Howard intro if you like.
Guess I'll start things off speaking a little louder for our viewers at home. My name is Andrew Jones. I'm a junior legal communication major, political science minor from Detroit, Michigan. I serve as the executive president of the John H. Johnson School of Communication Student Council. What else? I am a fellow in the People for American Way Foundation's Frontline Leadership Academy, through which I learn political development and other interesting tidbits of information. And I'm really glad to be here.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for also coming.
Hello everyone, my name is Rodney Hawkins. I'm a sophomore broadcast journalism major from Plano, Texas. A little bit about me. I am undergraduate student assembly representative for the John H. Johnson School of Communications. I also serve as a scholar for the Emma Boeing Foundation. Currently completed my second internship with Fox, so that's just a little about me. And I'm also on the executive board of Howard University Association of Black Journalists, the secretary.
I am Rachel Livingston. I am a junior mechanical engineering major from Wilmington, Delaware. And I serve as the first vice president of Chapel Assistance, and I also serve as historian of CX Student Council.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Keisha Blount. I'm a senior human development major from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I am the current president of the School of Education. I also serve in Alpha Nu Omega Sorority Incorporated Lambda Chapter, and I sing on the Howard University Community Choir, and I work at Central NIA, which is a bilingual charter school.
Great. Well, we have a list of prepared questions. We're just going to run down the list. But if you feel like you have a question, be sure to ask it, because we want to make you jump on in, because we want to make sure, this panel is informative and entertaining. So
because there are so many people here, can we write our questions on the card?
Yes. All right. So the first question, and I guess you can jump in, panelists, in any order that you feel. The first question is, what inspired you to become a student leader on Howard's campus? Did you find the road to becoming a student leader on Howard's campus intimidating?
I'll start. The first time I saw student leaders was orientation week at the school communications orientation in the biology building, or excuse me, the medical school building. And they actually, all the student leaders walked down the aisles and were naming quotes and giving speeches. And I was like, wow, I really want that to be me. I was like, that is amazing. And so literally the next day, they said that they're having a freshman representative position, apply for it. And I was like, I have to do that. So that was my inspiration. I saw how powerful they were, how confident they were. I was like, I really want that to be me. And I'll be honest, it was intimidating at first because they were the ones who were interviewing me, and I just saw them literally a week ago walking down the aisles. Me sitting with my parents, and I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive. So it was intimidating, but once you get started, everyone's really friendly. It's family oriented.
I guess as to whether or not I was intimidated, I guess kind of, because I never really saw myself as being a student leader. I wanted to become a student leader in CX because I wanted to be a little bit more involved within the College of Engineering, Architecture, and Computer Sciences. But as for becoming first vice president of Chapel Assistance, I kind of more so worked my way up to that. I didn't really say I want to be vice president and that's the end of it. It was more so me doing things behind the scenes and people respecting me enough to put me in that position.
For our next question, it's about leadership styles. Which leadership style would you say you identify with? And authoritarian. This leader assigns tasks and tells how he or she wants these tasks to be accomplished. Participative or democratic. The leader includes followers in the decision-making process, but has the overall authority to make the final decision. Or delegate, free reign. The leader allows followers to make decisions, but the leader is still responsible for the decision made. Most leaders favor one of these styles, but leadership includes all three of these styles. So, which style would you say you favor?
I favor the, I guess, delegative. Like, if you could just delegate things and they got done, then the world would work a lot better. But oftentimes, as Kellen mentioned, you have to switch between the three. Now, I probably on a given day rank between like a 1 and a 2, like authoritative and participatory, because as a leader, you have to encompass the desires and the interests of the subordinates. But at the same time, at the end of the day, a decision has to be made. So depending on most of the time it depends on the time. Like if there's something that needs to be done ASAP and a decision that needs to be made and you don't have time to circulate an email and get everyone's opinion and all of that, then you have to be more so authoritative. But if it's a more menial task or a task that is not like life or death, then you can just delegate it and have someone learn as they go along. And that's the beauty of student leadership, that we're all learning as we go along. So in a way, we're all being delegated leadership.
I agree with Andrew. I also feel like it's important to, do exercise the type of leadership that is appropriate for that situation. And I also feel like it's important to value the skills that our staff has. Like, they weren't elected into their positions just because they're going to learn, how to do it, but they have had some skill to get them into that position. So I definitely respect them as, that secretary or as that fundraising chair, to trust them to say, well, I know you know how to fundraise, I know you know how to take notes, so I'm going to trust you with that responsibility, but in certain situations, I will have to take, the executive decision on that particular issue.
I guess my particular style is a little bit more participative than anything else, although I tend to use all three. But I guess more so participative because I like to hear other people's opinion on things before I kind of jump the gun. So I kind of sit back and listen to other people, try and have them help me make a decision, and instead of just kind of making the decision on my own.
Since you are a student leader and your focus is the student body, how do you also tend to your own needs and wants while serving the students?
Well, I'm currently dealing with that issue, on a daily basis, balancing everything that I'm involved in. The first thing that I always think of is the fact that I'm a student leader, so student comes first. So regardless of what I need to do as far as my leadership roles, the extracurricular activities, the first thing I'm going to take care of is my academic side. So that's one thing that I always know comes first. As far as all my extracurricular activities, I carry 2 planners and then a to-do list. So that always keeps me organized, and even in that, I lose stuff. So it's always trying to stay on top of things. And one thing I would also say is to be around people who are also student leaders, because they also will keep you organized and ask you what you're doing and keep you on top of things. Because usually, in most cases, they're involved in the same things. So if you're hanging around them, then you'll all be productive and keeping things moving.
It's also knowing when to say no, which I think is the most important part. Like, if any student leader up here wanted to just spend their entire 9 to 5 day working on the things that they work on for their student leadership position, it's really practical that